Would you believe it if I told you that 10 months ago, Nick's interview with Mustap Murad has had over 112,000 views? Do you remember the meme coin craze? And a lot of you might be holding said memes. I traded memes, made some good money off of memes, but will they make a comeback? And the reason why I say that is because what I'm looking at in regards to the price of BTC, specifically for others, which is the biggest metric to help us understand the health and wealth and the well-being of altcoins. I'm seeing some very convincing signals that basically let us know when the alt rally was going to happen back over here in May and again over here in July. The same signals are flashing. So does that mean that memes are going to make a comeback? Well, we have to look at a couple of other sources first instead of just looking at price action in the charts. But before we get into that, what's up? My name is Aaron Dishner from The Better Traders, and you're watching More Coin Bureau. What we're going to do first is we're going to mosey on over here to Coingecko. This is a free website, a free resource that you can use to check out cryptocurrencies, learn a little bit of information about who the developers are, get some contact addresses, all that fun stuff. You probably know what Coingecko is, but for those that don't, it's basically like the Yellow Pages for crypto. Now, once you come here to coingecko.com, you're going to see the top crypto market caps ranked here in terms of their market caps. So Bitcoin has been number one. It will remain number one. I don't foresee that ever changing. And all the numbers here, are going to shift and move around. But it's interesting to note that Dogecoin has been able to stay in the top 15 for quite a while, although price action has been lackluster at best. But in order to find the next meme coin, we have to really dig deep to find that, okay, Shiba Inu is down here at 34. Most of you probably don't even know that that was a meme coin that was really popular. We have to go down a little bit further. And here's Pepe. Everyone was loving Pepe. But now it's ranked 55. And most people don't talk about Pepe anymore. We don't talk about Pepe. And there's, of course, the meme coin killer, Trump itself, which when President Trump launched his meme coin, it sucked all of the liquidity out of the cryptocurrency markets to buy this coin, which saw it skyrocket up to like $80 only to crash. And here it is now at $8. Yes, there are meme protocols and there are meme platforms like Pump.fun, which is on Solana, and Solana is still a strong top 10 token. Solana is ranked number 6 right now. But is the market really that excited about meme coins? There are still good platforms that you could use to trade meme coins if you want, but I'm getting the feeling that a lot of people are kind of tired of meme coins, especially getting rugged, getting manipulated by price action, and just basically buying something that doesn't really do anything. But there's another metric that we can use to gauge the interest of meme coins, and that would be the category section over here on Coingecko, which is the really cool part. Here in the categories, it tells us, first off, what categories are trending right now, by how much. Well, options are trending right now, prediction markets, GambleFi is trending. But keep in mind, just because there's a big green number here, it doesn't necessarily mean that these are coins that you're going to know. In fact, you probably won't know any of these coins, but just saying. Now, down here, we have a ranking just like the market cap, but now it's going to be ranked for the categories. So we have smart contract platforms here with a total market cap of $3 trillion, if I'm not mistaken, and my eyes are not deceiving me. That's a lot. So when we click on this, guess what's going to be right at the tip top? Bitcoin. So thinking about a $3 trillion market cap, BTC is 2.1 trillion, then we kind of get the idea real quick that, okay, well, this is really led by Bitcoin. And you'd be right. Now, if we go to layer 1, guess what we're going to find at the very tip top? Bitcoin. If we go down here to proof of work, now BTC, I do not believe, oh, there we go. Oh, no, I suppose, yes, but Bitcoin would be proof of work. So there we go. Then we have other coins in here and stuff like Dogecoin has tried to clean up its act. And then we have World Financial Portfolio, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? Okay. The thing is this. The more that we just kind of scroll down through here, we actually have to squint and go down pretty far until we finally get to meme coins. Meme coins are ranked right now and number 20. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad thing per se, but it is notable. And with a potential alt rally coming up soon, what memes are actually worth paying attention to? Now, as with anything, the lower the market cap, the higher the risk. Once we start getting below the top 100, we get into a lot of old memes that some may do well, some may not do well, but it gets increasingly risky to find new memes, thinking that if you're going to go dumpster diving, you're going to find the best coins for sure on sale. That is a mistake. If you're really interested in memes and you really want to get exposure to them, what I think makes the most sense is to focus on coins that have a higher market cap, coins that have been around, they've experienced bull and bear markets, at least bearish price action and recovered from it. The charts will tell us a lot, but we can also use this as a good jumping off point. But I personally don't think we have to go too far down the list to find some good options for volatile plays. But going back over here to our categories, I think it's worth pointing out the fact that the crypto market in general is kind of done with memes, as far as what I can tell. I mean, sure, we could say liquid staking tokens or DeFi tokens. Some of them are recently on the rise. And yes, we can filter these by performance over the last 7 days. And we're going to get some really weird coins that pop up in here. So please don't take this as like, okay, well, I'm going to buy everything here in this X402 ecosystem that's performed well over the last 7 days. I'm just going to ape into all of these. Again, pay attention to the market cap for some of these. So it's not unusual for a coin with a $137,000 market cap to shoot up 200% in the last 7 days. You have to use your brain. You have to use your noggin. But there are going to be maybe some gems that you could find in these other trending ecosystems, I guess you could say. And the reason why this is really important to point out is because we've seen a lot of price action from this specific narrative and category, being privacy coins. Zcash has been pumping like crazy. Starknet pumped a lot. Tezos, ZK, Zero Knowledge, Sync. If we go down here, Mina Protocol, Oasis. This is also AI, if I'm not mistaken. There are some interesting things that have been happening with this narrative of privacy-based coins. So here's what I want to help you out with. We're going to go over here to TradingView, and we're going to wrap all this up in a nice, pretty bow. When you're looking for coins to trade, honestly, what makes the most sense is to find coins that are birds of a feather. They're similar, but they're different enough that one coin that is in that narrative hasn't pumped yet. For instance, Uniswap recently has shot up a lot. Yesterday, on the 10th of November, it shot up 53%, over 2 days of 57%. What's interesting about this move is that Uniswap being a layer 1, basically it's a swapping protocol for the Ethereum network, but there are other ones that are also similar in purpose and utility to Uniswap. We could also look at Sushi. No one really talks about SushiSwap much. This is a little bit older, but SushiSwap also pumped on the same day that Uniswap pumped as well. And if we go over here to PancakeSwap, another swapping token, well, now we have birds of a feather flocked together. So if we're going to go down the road of, okay, I want to find the next Zcash, because Zcash admittedly was an incredible rally, and this narrative has played out exceptionally well. Here's the first things you need to know about following narratives. 1, you need a strong leader, okay? It will not be a narrative if you don't have a coin that's leading the pack. Hence, Zcash leading the way for all of these old school coins that have literally been coming out of the grave to rally up to higher highs. And once Zcash starts going up, then we start seeing Monero XMR pumping, which it did. I don't want to pull up the chart because it's going to mess this up. And no, I don't think Zcash is going up to $100,000. But in order to play the narrative game, you need a strong leader. The second thing you need to do is start to research common coins. Or I guess you could say, actually a better way to say it would be cousin coins. Okay? Find out what other coins are of a similar nature of the coin that's pumping. Now, you can use Coingecko and the categories to find this. You will have to use a little bit of you have to kind of spend some time with this. But the reality now is that it's way easier with the likes of ChatGPT, or if you're going to use Grok. It only takes a quick little search and a chat with an LLM to figure out which coin is pumping, what narrative is in that, what other coins are doing well. Now, the next thing you want to do when it comes to finding the next narrative is that ideally you want to scale in with more size early on and then scale out as it rallies higher. This is where a lot of people don't really do well with memes or with whatever the narrative is. If it's going to be privacy coins, if it's going to be layer 1 coins, if it's going to be GambleFi, if it's going to be the whatever World Liberty Financial portfolio, whatever it's going to be, you need to make sure. This is how you make the majority of your profits. You scale in with more size early on, then scale out as it rallies higher. This might sound like a really stupid thing to say, but honestly, if we take the example here of Zcash, okay, we have a strong leader, and there's nothing wrong with following the leader or following the money. So we have a strong leader, Zcash. And then as the price goes up, we want to make sure to use more size. So buying here as it breaks above resistance, putting more size in. And this is where things get scary with these rallies, is that coins will shoot up 50, 60, 70, 100%. And a lot of people are going to feel really hesitant, really cautious about adding in size after charts pumped 50, 60, 70, 100%. But volume will tell the story every time. If volume continues to just overwhelm this moving average, I'm just using a 30 SMA here for volume, this is going to be your best indication that this is a sustained rally and a sustained trend. So if we're able to put in more size early on, then as the price goes up and you're making 1, 2, 3, 4, 500%, and this one rallied up from that point 900%, okay? If you're even able to catch it after it starts rallying, the idea is that you don't wait for signs of the top, because most people, when they're trading crypto, they start selling when there's weakness in a downtrend. What you really need to do is, as the price is rocketing up higher and higher, you need to get comfortable with the idea of taking out small clips on the big pumps, small clips out at the big pump. And if you want to buy more on a pullback, cool, go for it. But once you get a nice big pump and it's a victory pump and it's feeling good, that's where you sell more and more and more. I am not saying that you should sell everything, nor am I saying that you should sell a fixed amount. You just need to make sure that you're taking some profit out. Because if you are just entering a position with no plan, no purpose, no idea, no strategy, and you're up 1,000% and you haven't sold any yet, trust me when I say you won't be sleeping well at night. Everyone wants to get a 10x, but no one is really prepared for the stress of holding a 10x position. They're not. Most people are also not going to be selling on the way up. Most people are going to be selling into weakness, and you don't want to do that. You always want to aim to sell not here and not here. You want to be selling into strength, selling into strength, selling into strength. When it feels like it was a bad idea because the price is going up higher, you did a good thing. You did a good job. When you're feeling like, crap, I should have sold at a higher price, that is telling you that you've done the wrong thing. There's no reason either for charts like this, or even for Uniswap, which is just getting started, to just keep going up and to the right forever. Eventually, everything will come to an end. So you have to weigh the pros and the cons. You have to analyze, is there enough volume to drive up this next trend with Uniswap, or with Starknet, or with a meme, if a meme is going to be coming back? You need to research, is there a strong leader in the narrative? research cousin coins that are similar but different, and then start picking out which ones you're going to trade, scale in with more size early on, not buying in little clips and little clips. Put more size early on. It's really difficult to do. It takes conviction, but when you do that, it will pay off massively. Because as you're putting in more size and you're up 300-400%, you've already put in $10,000, well, you're feeling really good right here. Instead of putting in $1,000 and buying more and buying more and buying more and buying more, well, by that time, your average is going to be somewhere around here, maybe. So it works way better to add more size early on and then start to sell a little bit, sell a little bit, sell a little bit, sell a little bit more. And you can always keep more just in case it goes higher. But if you're not taking profit on the way up, it's not profit. You're just holding. Now, this is the kind of stuff we talk about more on the Coin Bureau Trading channel. If you haven't subscribed to that yet, definitely click the link down below in the description to check out Coin Bureau Trading. I'm really curious to hear your feedback and your thoughts about this idea of chasing and following narratives. I know a lot of people won't like this, and I have nothing against meme coins at all, but I do have to call it like I see it. I don't really see the demand for memes, and most of these narratives, usually it's a one and done thing. We'll see narratives come and go, and it's just basically when we've experienced a good narrative run, that's it. Usually there's not an instant replay. Everyone hopes there is, but that's pretty much it. One and done. So right now it's privacy-based coins. Maybe it's going to be swap coins. Maybe it's going to be DeFi coins next. I don't know, although DeFi already had its time too. The important thing is to keep your ear to the proverbial rail, to listen and watch and pay attention to strong leaders. Everyone's talking about it. There's volume to support it. Then start looking for a cousin coin and make sure that you scale in with size early on and you're taking out clips as the price goes up higher. So if you're really ready to take the step in trading crypto, I want you to watch this video next. Until the next time, you know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.